Alrighty, good evening everybody, welcome back to FTRL, and you join us on week 5 of the GT2 season. And today we're coming at you from the very well known, very much loved, or in most cases anyway, Red Bull Ring. 2 races for you tonight, both with their own unique qualifying session. It's taken me a while to get my head around it, so we'll go into that a little bit later, but for now I'll introduce my co-commentator for tonight, the man himself, James, aka Jadon, aka the Preheated Oven, aka any probable other number of names you care to mention. Good evening.
Yes, see you next Tuesday also works. Hello, Shorty Boy. How are we?
I'm alright, mate.
Weird to not be racing tonight. But...
yeah, absolutely. So moving on up.
yeah, we should be just, well, I mean, we won't talk about tomorrow's race and me at the back and how I probably should stay in GT, move down to GT3. But exciting! I'm very excited for this race. I've done a few bits of practice with Odon and Jordan at Arsenal, so some quick lap times being set tonight. So it should be an interesting one.
Yeah, it's typically very, very close, especially when you're talking qualifying around this track. When it comes to the race, that's where it might all fall apart for some people, but we'll wait and see. So yeah, qualifying. You might have just seen a message pop up there briefly on the in-game chat saying if you are not qualifying, you can back out to spectate, and you will see a number of cars staying in the pits. So I'm going to get this right first time, probably. Each team, so teams of 2 drivers for anybody who's new here, each team has selected 1 driver to qualify for this first qualifying stint, which is going to be 10 minutes. Everyone's in the Group 3 cars for both races. The time that driver sets for their team basically decides what row that their team will start on. So, if, for instance, Jordan there, or Arsenal, in the Brewdog car, sets pole time, he and his teammate, who I forget who his teammate is, but
Nobby Norris.
It's Nobby Norris, of course, recently promoted, well, not even promoted, resurrected.
Yes,
the fallen
from the dead.
The fallen son, he's back. So if Jordan puts it on pole, as he may well do, he's often very quick in qualifying, then he and Nobby will start on the front row of the grid, P1 and P2. So it's at a benchmark already, 1:29.5.
It's a very good time as well, that.
Yeah, absolutely. See a couple of 1:30s coming in, and that will be, this qualifying will then be repeated for race 2, which will be the same format, but then the other driver will take the reins for qualifying. So they both got a shot. Oh, he's purple again.
I was about to say, he's 2 tenths up again there.
Oh, we've only had 1 lap, but
yeah, interesting though, isn't it? I think I like this style of format for qualifying. I think it's going to add a bit more, I think, tension. I think a bit more interesting race starts as well. You know, with some of the lads. Jonesy's picked up a penalty.
You might,
poor Jonesy.
You might see a little bit more in the way of team tactics today as well.
Yes, agreed. I think there might have been some mind games being played. I mean, a lot of the faster drivers are out at the moment. Lennon, Simon, Homer, Lewis Clark, Oblivion's not shy of being a time trial hero for his GT3 days. You know, so there's You know, everyone out on both sets, I think, really, with Jordan and Jonesy as well, being relatively quick as well. I think both sides of the garages on both teams are reasonably quick, so it'll be an interesting one to watch.
Just watching Lennon have a big old slide out of the final corner. He's still got to bring it across for a 129, 129.955, but he will know he can improve a bit on that if he can get that last corner nailed. So it's not cut and dried just yet. We're nearly halfway through qualifying already. Jordan won't be improving this lap as he's picked himself up a penalty.
Well, I mentioned there, didn't I, about Oblivion and how
there he is.
His quality in the time trials and qualifying pace is fantastic. You know, P2 there. It's a great qualifying, that is. So if Oblivion comes second, he will start third and fourth, second row of the grid. Is that right?
That's right.
Yeah. So I don't know. How do you feel about this?
What, the format?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. It's really interesting. Because you could say the pressure's on one person, but then it's reversed for the second race anyway, so it's not really. But I like the idea of the teammates being locked together on their rows for the start. I think that might make the first few laps really interesting. We'll certainly be able to see which teammates are challenging each other and which somebody's pulling rank, as it were.
Yes, I would say so. I mean, we saw it in the last race of GT3 season.
Yeah.
With Jordan going for the title and his teammate Harry was in front of him. Now, a little bit of inside information here. Harrison didn't want to give him the position up, even though Jordan would have won the title and Harrison was 9th in the championship. That's just down to stupidity and stubbornness from Harrison. But he did eventually give way and allowed Jordan to fling himself through turn 1 and into the championship. Interestingly, a 10th quicker than Lewis Clark. So, maybe one to watch tonight, Jordan. He said he's feeling confident, most confident he's felt in the Supra all season. Me and him really didn't put enough practice into the car. We really struggled towards the start of the season.
I think the Supra is definitely going to go well around here.
Yeah, it's one of the more challenging cars to drive, I would say.
Yeah, you're going to have to be careful on turn 1 and the final corner as well, I think. But if you can get it right and hook it up, you get some serious pace out of that.
Yeah, it doesn't like low-speed corners, but it likes the straights. Even after the patch, it's still relatively quite quick. So, yeah, I mean, the Vet as well, potentially.
Yeah.
Okay round here.
And whisper it, but I don't expect the Beetle to do too bad. The Beetle's main drawback is fuel and tyre wear, but that's not as much of a consideration necessarily.
No.
Only 2 times, not this evening, only 2 times, 2 times on tyres and fuel, medium tyres only for the races tonight. So,
yeah,
it will be a factor, but maybe not quite as much as we've seen in previous weeks.
Yeah, the Supra's quite poor on its fuel, but good on its tyres, so... interesting though, because the Beetle does have 7 gears, so... I've just looked here, Oblivion is racing in automatic transmission.
Wow. That's interesting.
That.
No.
Or is it? No, I think it's a glitch in my... in my...
I'm just checking it out now. It does say... Oh no, it does say that for all of them. Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
I was going to say, that's mighty impressive if you've managed those times on auto.
But we've got 2 new drivers. Well, 1 new and 1 dropping down a division, as well as Nabu. So it's 3 technically. But do you want to? I mean, GT Wolfie, I can quickly say that.
Yeah.
Don't know much about him. An A+ driver. I'm going to say that's Australia, not New Zealand. As a flag, don't know if he is potentially. He looks all right. And then the other one, Sean, I'll let you take away this map.
Yeah. So here he is, man himself, just chilling in the pits. Aaron, the man himself. Nobody needs no introduction, really, does he?
No, he doesn't. I commentated on GT1, I think 2 weeks ago, and did consistently mention that. Oh, Lennon sets a pole time at 10th.
Oh, there it is.
The track's getting a bit quicker, I think.
Yeah.
Jordan doesn't think can go any quicker.
Yeah, the times are definitely coming down, all closer together.
Just on board with Lewis Clark. He's down by half a tenth. It's enough to make it up in the last couple of corners. Owen will be very happy about this. Who's, I would say, is one of the more improved drivers we've seen the last couple of seasons in GT.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, he's leaps and bounds. When he first started, it was last season, wasn't it, or maybe the tail end of the season before? He dipped his toe a little bit.
Yeah, 2 seasons he's done that.
Yeah.
This is his 3rd, so.
And there was some interesting moves, shall we say, when he first came and joined us. But that was GT3 at the time.
It was, and it was pushing Zombie into the pit wall in, I believe, Sardenga? No, Laguna Seca.
Laguna Seca, yeah, indeed. I mean, it's, to be fair, it's emblematic of just how far the league's come on in the past couple of seasons, GT2 and GT3.
Agreed. I think the quality of driver and the pace has improved. I mean,
yeah.
You know, I am maybe mid-pack in GT2, and maybe a couple of seasons ago could have been up there for the title. And I'm stupidly now going to race in GT1 because of the mighty Villa, of course. Big in Europe this season, but this GT season, never mind, it's too complicated. I'm too slow.
Well, it's alright, you've managed to get it to the final qualifying lap for most of these guys. Lennon's already finished, 1:29.4. We're going to keep an eye on Lewis, aka the Dark Knight's mate, see what his time is going to be. Just around the final couple of corners now.
Excuse me, I've just burped. I do apologise. He's just cut the corner in the final.
This is not going to be it. 1:29.7. So I think that seals it.
Just waiting on Blue Flag, who might set pole here. He's got a 2:19.
Here he comes.
2:21. Can Simon do it? In the vet. And it's P6.
Oof.
It was close there. He's just 56 seconds slower than his fastest. But
it was touch and go for a minute. Look at how close it is in the mid-pack there. 200ths between Blue Flag and Homer. 600ths between Homer and Oblivion. But it is Lennon.
Wow. A very good qualifying, I would say. So, be interesting to see what the Lexus boys can do. Off the line, Odon starting very high up now in second. I think he might be having a slight nosebleed. Jones is telling us he has trouble with the course.
Everyone has some form of trouble on this course. Everyone seems to hate different parts of it as well.
Yeah, I don't like the final corner. The final corner is very.
I like the final corner. I still can't quite get the. When you get the first corner right, it's brilliant. But I get it wrong so often. The rest of the track, I'm mostly okay with. It's that first corner.
Well, you know, I will not have any slander from yourself after your start to GT1 this season. Sure.
Well, I wasn't going to say anything, but now you mention it.
So that means the Lexus boys are locking out the front. That'll be Owen and Lennon, with Nobby and Jordan in 4th and 5th. Is that right? No, 2nd and 3rd. There you go, that's the right one.
3rd and 4th.
3rd and 4th, 5th and 6th. I don't remember. Let me look at the results. I can't look at the results, can I? No.
It's going to be easier to just wait till they're on the grid.
Yes, absolutely. Well, in the meantime, shall I tell them about the lovely poo that I had?
Yes, let's do that.
So before I came on commentary, guys, I was having poo, bodily fluid. But we all, as men and as women, I think we shouldn't generalise this to just men. That the poo was a ghost wipe, a clean wipe, and it was a heavy poo. So yeah, it was very, very interesting actually. Very happy with myself, proud to have done that. Long may that continue.
So you just don't get this level of commentary elsewhere.
Yeah, it's just you bring out the best in me. Sure.
They should recruit us. They should recruit us for one of the next 24-hour races.
Could you
maybe
imagine?
maybe the Nürburgring, or maybe just next year's Daytona, next
We
year's
might need some
Rolex 24.
Disaronno and Jägermeister to make it more
Yeah,
interesting, but
might have to get me through it.
yeah.
A couple of
Keep the
Disaronno
barrel in the
coffees.
car, though. Well, this is going to be a very interesting race, but I was going to say, Sean, do you want to run through the grid? Oh.
Here we go, just about to get started. So, we are looking at pole, Lennon, with his teammate Owen just behind him in the Lexus. Then it's the Supras, Jordan and Nobby Norris. Then 5th and 6th on row 3, the Dark Knight's Mate and Wolfpack Racing, Oblivion Element and Panda in the Beetle, 7th and 8th. Homer and Royston in the Fanta car, the Fanta Mazdas are 9 and 10. Terrible camera angles for the start.
Yes.
And then bringing up the rear on the final few rows, Blue Flag and Aaron, and then Jonesy and Switchback in the Audis. So here we go, 20 laps around Red Bull Ring. Rain is a possibility, by the way, so keep an eye out for that. But for now, it's nice and sunny as Lennon leads us down to the first corner. Probably won't expect too many challenges, although Dark Knight is having a look around the outside of Nobby Norris immediately. He's right on his tail. But he has picked up a penalty, so that is the first of what will probably be many penalties for these guys around turn 1. I think everybody else has got through cleanly. That is really going to hurt him over this first lap. He's still trying to make the most of it, trying to get past Nobby Norris. He's holding him up. Oh, somebody's very wide out of that corner. I think that was... Ooh, was that Homer or Blue Flag?
I believe it was Homer.
Oh, right at the back. Both Audis thinking about a move on Royston. Switchback and Jonesy, but they're both tucked in behind, so it's Lennon that still leads. It's halfway around lap 1. The two Lexus out in front. And now finally, Dark Knight does get the move done on Nobby Norris, but he's going to have to immediately surrender that place back to the Supra, as he's just coming up to the penalty line. So he will serve that. Oh, but in the background, Nobby was going for the overtake. He's going to have to hold it against both of the Mercedes, and he has done, so good job there from him. They are all over the back of him.
Another penalty.
Yeah, always. He was across the curb and he's wide. It's in fact both of them, Nobby and Lewis, both have got a penalty. That might release Wolfie, and we'll see what he can do. Oh, this is chaos.
Oh, Oblivion sending it down the inside. Oh.
He's still got it on the inside. That might have run Wolfie slightly wide. Looks like he's got away with it.
It was so good in the low traction zones, getting up onto the power early.
On board with Oblivion now, down into turn 2, hits the brakes late. Oh, and there's a bit of a move under braking as both the Mercedes cut across and there's contact.
Oh, that's allowed Panda to get past his teammate.
Yeah, it's Panda's turn to have a go now, and Panda's got massive overspeed coming out of the corner. He may be able to make a move himself here. Is he going to cut to the inside? Yes, he is. Later on the brakes. Doesn't quite hit the apex, but gets it stopped. And now Panda's up into P6. Oh, and there's contact there in the background. Oblivion's going to wait. So fair play to some waiting there, but that's a shame.
Tried to switch back on him. Obviously, Panda held the apex.
Yeah.
Wolfie's hit the back of Panda.
Still a long way to go. Bit of a mistake there from Nobby Norris. That's going to allow Dark Knight through as Nobby serves his penalty. Oh, he
didn't. Jordan picked up a penalty as well. Just
Nobby sort of decided the racing line was the place to be there to serve his penalty, but fortunately ghosted enough, and that was going to be a challenge. 4P4 into the final corner. Just about bringing it on. Oh, here he comes. He's back. Oh, and behind him, Blue Flag. I mean, there is penalties absolutely all over the place, but people are exiting corners at wildly different speeds. It's currently Blue Flag.
Oh my God, Aaron sent it down the inside of Nobby.
Oh, out of nowhere.
It's the Vets versus the Volkswagen and the Merc.
All the way from GT1. Aaron sent it. And now he's on the inside. They are 3 wide. Panda's got the lead, but they're 3 wide behind. Again, Blue Flag just got the overspeed. He's hit the brakes early. He's looking for the cutback, I think. But he's not going to get it. There's just no room.
Sensible from Nobby there to back off a bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, and there's another 3 wide further back. It's Homer, Switchback and Jonesy. Jonesy's the one to back out this time.
I really want to answer these questions in the chat, but
I know, there's just too much going on.
We'll let it settle down and we'll pick them up.
Oh, I don't know if it's going to settle down. Jonesy is on the gravel. He's
Blue
just
flag
about...
gets him a penalty.
He's just about managed to keep it going, but he's down to 13th. Right, all this is benefiting the guys out front. Lennon is 2 seconds clear of Odon, who is half a second ahead of Jordan. Both those three are miles clear with all the carnage that's going on further back. Looks like it might be Panda that might get a bit of a break from this pack now.
Yeah, I think so, but it won't be having a break for too long. He's got Lewis just behind him, Aaron just behind that as well. Jordan's going to send it down the inside into turn 1 and Owen.
Here he goes.
For a very long time, these two.
Owen's taking a very wide line.
Done. Trying to get the switchback. He's dipped into the slipstream. Now, I've been teaching Owen how to overtake. Is he going to take any lessons?
Let's see, Lee in the chat saying Owen's doing a brilliant job. Let's see if he's cursed him. He's good at that, is Lee?
I think Owen is just going to sit behind Jordan. And he knows Jordan's got the pace.
He's just looking for that switch, but and he had a lot of pace coming out of the corner, but just stepped the back end out a little, so he would have lost that. In the meantime, Dark Knight is side by side with Panda, and Aaron's not far behind.
I've just realised Aaron has put Milka all over his Corvette.
Some things never change.
Well, these two were once upon a time, I do believe, GT1 teammates, Panda and Aaron, and I also believe that they would be competing very often last season. So I see some things haven't changed. That vet doesn't want to turn, does it? Jesus.
No. It's not there. Because everyone keeps bashing into each other.
Jordan's is about 8/10 off pole. Just run a bit wide there.
Track may be a little greasier than during qualifying. It's a little bit more overcast. Lennon is 2.8 seconds clear now, but he has picked up a half-second penalty, so that'll drag him back in a little bit.
All Jordan needs to do is keep his head down and avoid penalties, and he could do this. I did stress to Owen that the biggest part of this is not getting penalties, and he would be gone.
Yeah, we've seen so many already.
Nobby's holding his own, holding Homer behind him still in 9th position.
Doing a good job.
Oblivion's coming at Homer.
Here he comes. Oh, nearly thought about look up the inside of Nobby Norris as well, but he's got P10 as Oblivion. Homer is still there. Wolfie's caught up to the back of these guys, so he's done quite well there. There's been Royston and Jonesy at the back, not having a good time at the minute.
Yeah, Oblivion's gone down the inside of Nobby, but Nobby's trying to hold it round the outside.
Oh, Jordan has a penalty.
He did that as well. Well, for God's sake, the pair of them, just as bad as each other. Right, so this could allow Owen right back into this now. Mikey's asked how many poos would we do for a 24-hour comm session?
Ooh.
I'd say a relative 3 maybe.
Yeah.
I think 3's a good day. A good day for poos. And
a good day's work.
And Lee said Oven leaves and suddenly the Supra have their best qualifying session. Clear to see what the problem was. Lee, you're also a massive bell end, so yeah. No doubt in that. Lee might leave halfway through the season to go to a rock concert in Nottingham, guys. Just so we're all aware. A blue flag's got the run on switchback out of the first corner. Switchback's done really well to get up to 7th, but Simon's managed to pick himself up another penalty.
I'll say, while the insults were being flung around like so much poo, Switchback's quietly made his way up to P7, or will be P7 shortly. Nobby Norris has dropped back to P12 now, unfortunately, but he's still battling. I think he'll be enjoying his return.
The good thing is he's not far away, and and really his lap times are 31.8 in comparison to the others in race pace. It's not awful, is it? It's really not too bad at all.
These front three have spread out a bit now, and in fact Owen has dropped back into the clutches of Lewis and Aaron.
He has indeed, and these are two drivers you do not want behind you.
He's going to have to do some staunch defending here. There's a long, long way to go in this race.
I must say that it does look slippery as anything tonight. Jordan's picked up a 1 second penalty now.
Oof.
He's lost his confidence there. He's not going as fast into turn 1.
Yeah. He was still very close over the inside as well.
Yeah, I think the 1 seconds are going wide into the penultimate corner, I believe.
Yep. Oh, latest penalty is for Aaron. Aaron's holding his own here, so we'll leave him to it and see how he gets on. I can hear the Corvette squealing in the background.
Yeah. I will keep an eye on the battle with Owen.
So switchback is now P7, blue flag is P8, Oblivion with a 1 second penalty is P9, and then Wolfie slowly making his way back up the order is P10, but Homer is thinking about a move. Not quite.
Now, Jordan's got 3.2 seconds to win, but he has, however, got the 1 second penalty now. It'd be interesting to see how much time he does lose. Now, what Jordan doesn't want to do is fall into the grasp of this pack. Because this is Owen, Lewis Clark, and Aaron, essentially, as well.
I mean, fortunately, you don't lose too much more because it's not a long run down to the next corner, so he has... Yeah, he dropped just over a second. So he should be okay.
Pagani said that the first time Aaron hasn't been in a position that has double figures. Pagani, I am your teammate, remember, from now on, mate, so I really wouldn't start cussing Aaron until you've seen me racing in the Beetle, mate.
Although you should probably treat it a bit like the football pyramid, and say technically Aaron is sort of 19th in the pyramid at the minute.
Yeah, exactly. he's doing well.
Well, he has just gone purple through sector 1, but that'll be ruined by the penalty he's about to serve. And that might promote Panda up to P5 if he can just get a little bit closer in the next few corners.
He's not defending the inside, I mean, he's allowing Lewis Clark to just go down the inside. He's got himself a penalty. He's looking for the switchback though. Yeah,
well, it's been tapped on the rear end there by Aaron, just a little love tap.
Panda's going to love this sea of red in front of him.
Panda's going to be P4 by the end of this lap.
Switchback's doing well in the Audi. He's still got Simon behind him. That penalty really didn't help Simon.
Yeah.
Wolfie's picked up a penalty, so Oblivion's going to be in a bit of clean air for a bit. Homer in 11th. Nobby's in 12th. 30.6 for Nobby. It's really not a bad time, that. It's faster than the cars behind him. That's all he needs to know.
Panda does indeed take P4, Aaron P5, Owen now P6.
Pagani's just said that Aaron loves driving a purple Milka car as he doesn't know what a purple sector is anymore.
Oh, that would have been so good if he hadn't just set a purple sector before you posted that.
Yeah. Oh, Aaron's gone a bit late on the brakes.
Uh-oh.
nearly fondling a Panda. Aaron, they are an endangered species. You can't fondle them.
To be fair, I didn't know you could fondle the non-endangered species. To be fair,
I think anything with a pulse you can fondle. No, James. Technically speaking, the technicalities of it all. However, I would refrain from children and animals. Anyone without consent, guys.
We got there in the end.
There we go. That's better. That's my inner teacher, isn't it?
Lennon is 5.5 seconds clear. He's got all the time he's got all the time he needs to fondle anything he wants. Jordan is P2.
Sorry. No.
What?
No.
Maybe we shouldn't do this 24-hour race. I dread to think where we'd be. It's only been 13 minutes.
Well, this is why we shouldn't be trusted with nice things. Stop touching my things. Good way of getting kicked out of the zoo, that is what Leah said. Or getting hired, yeah. They might see you as a stud, maybe. Jordan just attend this time there.
So Lewis was starting to make a bit of a gap, but another penalty is going to bring that back again. I think we were bang on earlier. If anybody who's not racking up the penalty is going to be in with a really good chance.
Definitely. I mean, Owen still in 6th, and you look at the drivers in front of him, and that is not bad going at all, is it? He lasted half the race.
Absolutely.
Really. He's gone purple in Sector 1, though.
Ah, Rogue Peteman appears. Good evening, sir.
Peteman! Oh my god, that's a name we haven't heard in a while. Wolfie seems to have the pace, but not the clean air at the moment, really, to show it, does it? It's the consistency with the penalties as well, I think.
Yeah, I mean, a 1:29.7 on the last lap is quicker than anyone else around him. Ooh, but he's a bit sideways out of that corner. That might give Homer a bit of a chance.
The Mazda doesn't look too amazing around here, does it?
No. I would agree with that.
Clunky car, isn't it?
This track must be drying out. Yeah, this track must be drying out.
Yes, I believe it will. I think with the cars getting lighter as well, I think that does help, doesn't it? If you could ask Coms, if you could fondle any animal at the zoo, what would it be and why? Ooh, can I think about that and come back to it?
I don't know.
I feel like I'd want something loving and caring. I feel like I'm quite a vulnerable man.
Tiger. I like a challenge.
Sean likes to be roughed up and chucked. I think I'd go for a capybara.
Oh, hang on, we've got some racing. Switch back.
Oh, sorry.
Pulling a big on on here. Yeah, he just got down the inside, shut the door, P6. Making really good progress, Switchback. I think by his own admission, he'd say he's not had a great season at all.
No, and he's honest enough to admit that. But a 29.8 is fastest, 2/10 off the fastest lap. Again, I don't think Owen's got to be too harsh on himself here. I think the drivers in front of him are very, very, very quick. I mean, there's four, potentially 5 GT 1.5 drivers and GT1 drivers ahead of him. And as a GT3 mainstay driver, you know, a 7th position is by no means bad to be holding off a blue flag. You take away Owen's penalties, you know, I think he's further up the zoo.
Zoo on the brain.
Yeah, I got animals on my mind. Gotta release that in a dog. Well, Nobby is in 12th. He's got 3.2 seconds to GT Wolfie in front and 9.4 behind him to Jonesy, so I don't think he'll be too disappointed. A 30.6 is the fastest. A 30.9 was his last.
Yeah, just wants to be keeping it consistent now. And he'll be okay. Jonesy and Royston behind him have got a long way to go to catch up.
Oblivion's picked up a penalty and Homer and GT Wolfie are sniffing his ass.
Well, Jordan's just set almost the fastest lap of the race and pulled sort of 6/10 on Lennon, but I've just seen him go sideways out of turn 1 and also get another penalty. So
that's typical Jordan. At least him and Nobby are Arsenal fans. Positives of the day.
I can see someone else with animals on the brain is Paul in the chat saying, ask Combs if you could fondle Ant FTRL admin, who would it be?
I feel like Goy as an ant would be fun.
Which FTRL admin would work best as an ant? Yeah.
I feel like Goy could live, you know, like ants can live like 40 times their body weight. I think because of Goy's pure size, he would end up being like the Incredible Hulk.
Oh, it's Oblivion with the half-second penalty. Will that let Homer past? He's going to make the move. Down the inside he goes into the penultimate corner. Oblivion looking for the switchback, but not quite the room. Homer gets P9. Ooh, and here comes Wolfie in the background, just kicking out the rear of that Mercedes. Another penalty though.
And I must say, Owen in the Lexus is keeping blue flag out of bounds very well here.
Yeah, blue flag has closed in, but
Aaron's picked up the penalty, guys.
Oh dear. Owen's setting his best lap of the race. Last lap, 1:30.4. So he's got it in him. He's just got to handle the pressure.
Owen has been setting low 29s. He has set a low 29, or should I say. So he's got the pace. 3.2 the gap between Lewis Clark and Jordan. So we'll see if he can catch that. We know Lewis has got the pace, but the way that Jordan is lapping minus his last lap. Very good. Much worse on tyres though. Jordan does have a thing for destroying tyres more so than anyone else. Ascom's is dark night washed now. Yeah, I've left the league and suddenly he's lost his ability. He only raced well to impress me, I think. Must have been. Which one coming for you, you bitch?
Aaron's about to serve a half-second penalty, but I think he's pulled out enough of a gap, yeah, to switch back behind him. So he'll retain P5.
Switchback is going very well, isn't he? He's very consistent this race.
Yep.
Once he's got through the traffic, you know, lap 6 onwards, he's done very well.
Yeah, he's one of the only ones, I think, that I don't want to curse him now, but I'm going to say it anyway. He's one of the only ones to not pick up hardly any penalties during the race, which is probably why he is where he is, having started near the back.
He does have massive legs, doesn't he, Sean? His legs are huge.
Indeed. Deceptively so.
So, there you go. What punishment should Aaron get if Zach beats him? Oh.
Ooh.
I think he should let...
go live at the zoo.
Let Mikey plan the FTRL season for next year.
Blue Flag has finally managed to make his way past Owen for P7. So Owen now P8, but that would be a absolutely perfectly respectable finish if he were to stay there. And he's got 3 seconds back to Homer.
It doesn't matter with the fact that he started at P2. I think with the calibre of drivers behind him, like we said before, you know, it's completely understandable that Owen is all the way back there. You know?
Yeah. It's been a real...
No disrespect to him, but...
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a real baptism of fire for Wolfie.
I mean...
He did get punted off.
He did, yes, bless him, he did.
But he's just not managed to... Yeah, he's just not managed to regain his composure since then. He hasn't really made his way back up the field. He has conceded a lot of penalties. So
no, he hasn't, has he?
He'll be one to look for in the next race, I think.
Yeah, more impressively as well. Well, he's not in the highest of positions, but coming back after being a GT3 the previous season, Nobby Norris.
Yeah.
In 12th. He's picked up a 1.5 second penalty. I've said that, so I'm going to go off you, Nobby. Royston and Jonesy clearly not enjoying Red Bull Ring.
No, indeed. I think they've just settled for a nice little jaunt around together now. We'll let them get on with it.
Enough, Jordan is pulling a gap to Lewis Clark. Albeit not much. He's gaining on Lennon. 29.665 for Jordan. 30.7 for Lennon. Homer's got the fastest lap of the race.
No, yeah, out of nowhere. I mean, that must have been last lap, it was. So he's pushing really hard to catch up. Still time to do it. Still 5 more laps after this, if he can keep up that pace or near that pace. Especially if any of the...
has picked up his first penalty as well.
Oh, I knew I'd curse him. He should be far enough ahead of Blue Flag to be alright.
Do you think the source of calcium and vitamin D on Zach's car comes from his bodily function or the actual fruit?
I don't know. Maybe that's how he refers to it.
Spicy Zach, I like it. Aaron set a personal best for 29.6 in the vet. That's very impressive.
Ooh, yeah, that's gaining more than half second on Panda ahead of him as well. The gap now down to 1 second.
And Aaron is yet to qualify, I believe, as well. Panda 2. So that could be an interesting one, that. Dark Knight has closed the gap in by about 0.6 in Jordan. So he is catching him. Jordan having a bit of a bad lap last lap. There's not much else going on. Nobby's picked up another penalty. And there's Oblivion. And Simon.
Yeah. I think Homer is the person to watch here. It's closing in on Owen.
Yeah, he is. And quickly as well. Owen has a thing for gripping the controller like a monkey. Now they grip it like really hard. It does really annoy me, but it's probably getting to the point now where his thumbs have molded into the controller.
Yeah, I couldn't do that.
No.
I've tried controller racing before, and I just get so tired after not even that long, to be honest.
No, I'm useless. I think I am like a good 2 seconds a lap quicker on the wheel than I am the controller.
Yeah, same.
Mazda is coming
Oh, Aaron very sideways out of turn 1. He's just about held it.
Oh, he's got a better run out of turn 1 to Homer. Homer's now just 4 tenths behind.
Oh, every corner, that rear end of that Corvette just steps out on him.
Yeah, I don't think that.
We've now got a challenge for P8. Homer's already made the move on Odon before he gets to the corner. Got a much better run out of turn 2. And that will be that, you feel.
It's unfortunate for him because he has
Homer's just set a number of extremely rapid laps, all in the mid to high 29s.
Yeah, you can't knock it with that pace.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, Zach is not setting ridiculously blisteringly fast times, but it just shows the consistency of avoiding penalties, what it can do for you.
Mikey said, did the comms mention that it's only team points available tonight? No, because I didn't know.
No, neither did I.
Oh, there you go. We'll see how that all evens out here as Wolfie looks to make a move in the final corner and he's shoved Oblivion wide. I think that's one for earlier. Oblivion.
I think that's one for the stewards to look at potentially.
So that does for the meantime get him up to P10. Okay, well, we'll see how the relative team points work out at the end of this then, because a lot of the teams are reasonably well spaced out. They're certainly can't see any teammates anywhere near each other.
The closest
given where they started. Yeah. Yeah, so Aaron and Blue Flag indeed looking like he may be able to make it a 5 and 6 for the Corvette team. He's right on the tail of switchback, 2.5 laps to go. Good evening, Marley. Good to see you back, mate.
Hello, Marley. Interestingly enough, that Mercedes does not seem to have the pace tonight, does it?
Yeah, it's difficult to say what car isn't suited to this track. I suppose
everything.
Yeah.
I would say the Supra is.
Definitely.
High speed corners, a lot of them.
Yeah. I would say from personal experience of the Lexus, it does quite well through the sort of mid-speed corners and gets the pace down quite quickly. But so you'd think it wouldn't be too suited to this track, but Len's just blowing that Ferry out the water. Just set a 129.2.
I mean, what would you say were the drawbacks of your Lexus?
There's not many, I'll be honest. I'm not winning any races in a mid-range, in a mid-car.
Yeah.
I need a better car than everyone else to win. Oh, Jordan's very wide into turn 2. He massively outbraked himself.
And
went over the edge. He already had that penalty. I'm just waiting to see whether it's being added to. Oh, that may cost him. No, he's still only half second, but he's only a second clear of Dark Knight. Behind him in third now.
Like we say, anything can happen. Anything can happen.
It's just a slip. Concentration 2 laps before the end. He's got a job on his hands now. Panda and Aaron still P4, P5. Blue Flag and Switchback are going at it again. Blue Flag does now have it.
Oh my god, I'm so tired, sorry.
That poo really took it out of you, didn't it?
It's a lot of strain and stress. I might have piles, we don't know. I mean, still in 9th, he's got GT Wolfie behind him by 1.3 seconds, but he has got a half-second penalty. GT Wolfie obviously has passed Oblivion.
Another mid-29 from Lennon. He's got piles of pace. That's what he's got.
Aaron has set the fastest lap of the race with a 1:29.1.
Lovely stuff.
Switchback's gone past Simon with the penalty.
Oh,
Simon's sending it up the inside.
Switchback. Can he get the run? Not yet. It's going to be a long drag race up to turn 2. Corvette's got good straight line speed though. I don't think Switchback's going to get there. You're saying what's the downside to the Lexus? I can't really see an upside to that Audi if I'm honest. Oh, blue flag, that broke himself. I don't think there was contact. Having said that, he somehow still managed to get a better drive off the corner than Switchback and keeps hold of P6, but all of that has brought Homer right back into it on the final lap of the race. So Lennon, with half a lap to go, is completely clear. He's going to be taking the race win. Jordan is at the minute holding off Dark Knight, and behind him Panda is struggling to hold back from Aaron. So battles all over. Everything's closed up again as we come on to the final lap.
I mean, look at the fuel difference. These vets are absolutely full of fuels.
Aaron's nearly out of fuel. I think this was set as a safe limit so that you didn't have to pit, and Aaron's nearly run out. Okay, Lennon coming round for the race victory, absolutely dominant, and it looks like, depending on the final corner, Jordan is just about going to hang on, I think, from Dark Knight. Yep, they go over 2 and 3, and Panda holds off from Aaron as well. Blue flag will take P6, and Switchback has picked himself up a half-second penalty towards the end, which is going to relegate him behind Homer. So P7 Homer, P8 Switchback, Odon just holding on from Oblivion, really good P9. Difficult introduction for Wolfie, but I think he's got the pace to come good.
Jonesy did get Nobby in the end.
No, Nobby.
A mistake from Nobby, but a 13th respectively
13th,
for Nobby.
Yeah.
And Royston taking up the back of the pack. Well done, boys. Good racing.
Really interesting race that. It all came together at the end, so... Whew. That was tough, says Jordan. We've got another one to go. So let's have a look at the results then, and just see which team has come out on top. Lexus P1, but also P9. Supra P2 and P13. To be honest, Corvette and Lexus, I think, have done the best out of that first race.
Yes. It does seem that way.
So, everything's going to be reset, and we're now going to go for another qualifying run, which is nice.
It's interesting, this, isn't it?
Yeah.
Are you pouring yourself a drink, Sean?
I am. That's gin and tonic tonight.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Fancy man.
In a proper glass and everything.
Oh. Owens messaged me to say, fucked it. I've let people get past me.
I don't think that counts as having fucked it. Says I didn't know it was team points tonight. Massively disappointing. But Len's just thrown his controller at the screen in disgust.
Let Owen win. Just let Owen win, mate.
Absolutely no interest in the team competition for Lennon.
No, not at all. Lennon, sorry, buddy. Owen's in a depressive state.
Oh,
hello,
dear.
darkness, my old friend. He's come to talk with you again.
Do not have to apologise for that result.
They were the second highest scoring team, were they not?
I believe so, yeah. If not first. I think probably first, actually. Yeah, because the Corvettes were 5th and 6th, weren't they? So, yeah.
Nobby Norris has said somehow I got worse the longer I went on. Mate, either way, the fact you've jumped into GT2, not crumbled at it, and you've stayed with the pack, and relatively quick as well, not too far off the pace, that's just an achievement. From someone who's just had to rage quit GT2.
If you are driving and you're still knobbing about in the YouTube chat, get any cars. Even if you're not doing this qualifying, so we need to reset.
Yes, and remember that it is the opposite driver going out for qualifying. So if you are If you have already qualified, do not go out.
Lee, what's your gin of choice? Well, it's actually one I got given as a gift. It's a Japanese gin. Kenjaku.
Ooh.
No. It's quite nice.
I like a flavoured gin. But I'm a gin lemonade guy.
Gin and lemonade.
Yeah. Yeah, gin lemonade. Blood orange. A blood orange gin and lemonade would be very nice. I can let my heart rate come down now for a bit. Owen, did everyone like my livery as you passed me? Attention seeker. Well, I would say I'm more of a brew dog man, but I'm not even in that livery anymore, so that's sad. Partial to a good beveragino. Lennon tonic is horrid. Has to be lemonade. Yeah, see, I'm with Lennon on that one. I can't. I feel like tonic is just a bit of a. I feel like it has to be acquired to the taste.
Yeah, tonic's the way forward.
You do also drink straight Jägermeister though, so I don't know if I can be really picky on your opinion here, Sean.
Oh no, I wouldn't trust me. My liver has the approximate density of the sun.
I don't know if the sun's dense or not. Guys in chat, is the sun dense?
Leonard says, is that rain I see? Well, the best way to tell is to go on board and watch for the wipers. So let's follow Switchback round for his outlap and just see. It is awfully cloudy and it looks a bit slippery.
I'm going to change my headset because this one keeps, like, you know when you get like static because some connection's broken, so do bear with me. I might sound a bit different, guys. Sean, you can tell me if I sound better or worse.
The track is damp. That is going to be a bit of a problem for some of these guys, especially the ones in the cars that were already struggling in the dry to keep the car planted. And info from... Oh, that's absolutely fine. You sound beautiful.
Lovely. Do you want to hear something, though? I've got a really creaky chair, and it's a rolly chair. So every time I brake, I roll backwards. Do you want to hear it? I can make it sing.
Let's do it. See if we can do it in time with the braking.
Okay.
Brake.
Wait, who are we on board with?
Switchback.
It is yes,
very nice.
It needs a good oil, I believe.
Alright, that water meter in the bottom left of the screen is up. It's not quite at the level where it'd be counted as a wet track yet, but it's certainly not dry. And rain may well be on the way, at least for this qualifying session. A little annoyingly, it obviously will reset after the qualifying, so the race may well be different again, but...
Leah's told me to stay out of the cars chat tomorrow, please, James, because of my chair. I think the rain could throw some slower drivers on into the mix here. I don't know who's better on the wet. I don't know if you have experience with Aaron and Panda in the wet.
I think Panda's quite good in the wet, from what I remember. What it will also mean though is if rain is on its way rather than just starting out with a damp track, then these first laps are absolutely crucial. So if it starts raining, you won't get quicker. So you've got to make sure you get this lap nailed on, just in case.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting one to see now. So Switchback, I know they're going to be the first two to cross the line, followed by Nobby, but he's letting Aaron go through. Probably as well as Wolfie, Royston and Panda, I imagine. So Nobby's taking the slow approach, but the bar isn't getting any deeper, is it? A 30.5 and a 31.4 from Owen. So
getting live weather reports from Lennon as he sat in the pit, saying rain has arrived on the radar, but only light blue. Nonetheless, Wolfie goes pole for now. 129.9. We know we saw much faster times than that in Q1, but that was completely dry. So that's not a bad time at all. Aaron only 500ths behind that. purple through sector 1, but he does have a penalty, so this lap won't be the one for him.
In other news, water is wet.
And says, oh, it's fucking off now. Get that man a job at the BBC. I lied northeasterly, but he's fucking off in the afternoon.
It's fucking off in the afternoon. Well, this is going to help the time trialists.
Yeah.
Time trialists? The qualifiers? There we go, that's the one. Zach is purple, so he's going to be looking to get into the 29s here. On board with Wolfie as well. Wolfie and Panda are just next to each other here, so see what they do.
I really enjoyed the time trial-ish week that we had around the checkpoint trial mountain. I love a time trial.
Yes, I don't mind a time trial. Panda's gone purple, Wolfie's down.
Let's keep an eye on Panda then, as he comes around the last two corners.
But he's 29.9, but there's picked up a penalty on the last corner. Owen's gone to 4th fastest with a 30.4, not a bad time.
Yeah, that's a very good time. Here comes Panda.
He's round the last corner as
129. Ooh, 129.953 for Panda. Splits Wolfie and Aaron.
I believe that was a 31.5 for Mobbit.
Yeah, the track's definitely drying out now.
Yeah, rain heading away now, as Jordan has confirmed in the race chat. Fun fact about Jordan, he actually has 3 ball sacks. Not ball sacks, bollocks. We like to call him the Bermuda Train. I can't confirm or deny if this is true, but he's just got a huge... Yeah. Anyway, Wolfie, he's going into sector 2 now. Probably favourite for pole. The vets has picked up another penalty.
Seems like it at the minute. 2/10 purple through sector 2 is Wolfie.
Owen's coming across the line now. Oh, he's picked up a penalty. They don't.
Still P4 though.
It was a 30.1 as well, so that would have put him 2/10 off Aaron.
Comes Wolfie over the line now on 29.5. That puts him more comfortably on pole.
Yes, it does. Wolfie gets pole, it's an easy 1-2 for the Mercs.
Well, you never know.
Says the man who's won the last 2 races, but that's cheers. Yep, thanks, Lennon. Fun fact about Lennon is he's actually a Glory supporter. He's from Leicester and doesn't support Leicester, so let's all just murk him in the chat, please. Love you, Lennon. Actually, Sean, what team do you support?
Liverpool.
Oh dear God.
Yes, that's right.
Oh dear God, it's exactly the same as Lennon. Oh,
Revel in it.
I've picked the wrong team. The mighty Villa will beat you at Villa Park, it's fine. Do you know if we would have beat Newcastle on the midweek, we would have gone a whole calendar year, 365 days without losing a home game.
If.
But we didn't. We lost 3-1 and we played shit. So. Oh, Panda is 2/10 purple.
Ooh, that's a big improve. Oh, but he's just binned it into the gravel. Cross that, that's going to be a penalty. Or if it somehow it avoids being a penalty. No, it's not.
No, it's a penalty.
It would have slowed him down anyway. But he was really on there. But he's got another. Oh, well, that's ruined his next lap as well because that was too late to serve the penalty. So he's going to have to finish this lap, and he's probably going to get only one more.
So Aaron has gone second quickest with a 29.6. That vet really difficult to control, but let's see if he can get a faster lap now. Obviously has a pace, but those penalties are really hurting him. Vet being so difficult to control, it does like to slip wide. He's gone purple through sector 1. Wolfie has also gone purple through sector 1.
I think that, he's massively sideways out of the corner though. He just needs to just feather the power a bit more in that Corvette.
I'm going to switch back right next to each other, so we'll just see where these boys come.
Lennon's now looking for team radio via the commentary team. Asking going to
Owen,
try and get slipstream for someone.
Drop back from Panda, from switchback. Don't set another qualifying lap. Sorry, Lennon. It'd be interesting to see where he does come. I think Owen. I mean, a P4 in a qualifying in a GT2 lobby is great.
Yep, well, he's currently ahead of Switchback, Royston and Nobby. Switchback coming round, but I don't... Well, this might be an improvement, actually. It is. Switchback takes P4 with a 130.1.
Oh, he's got one more lap in him. He was up. He'd lost it all in the final sector.
This is going to be the final lap for all these guys now. Making sure none of them have got penalties. Royston still struggling a little out of the final corner. That's only going to be a 131. And Nobby does have a penalty, so he won't be setting a faster lap.
So Owen is 1.26 of a tenth up, and he's nearly fucking binned it, you tit. Okay, so Owen's qualifying will be over then.
Ooh, Wolfie was slightly purple, but he's picked himself up a penalty, so he won't be improving. So it's down to Aaron and Panda, you would think now. Switchback obviously still in with a chance as well. He's going to have to improve by over half a second though to get pole.
Yeah. So as it stands before they come across for the final lap, it will be the Super Boys at the back of the grid, followed by the Mazda Fanta Boys. Then it will be the Lexuses of Owen and Lennon, the R8 Audis of Switchback and Jonesy, the Volkswagen Beetles of Panda and Oblivion. Aaron and Simon will be very happy with the second row of the grid, but they'll be looking for first. At the moment, the AMG boys will be looking at a first front row.
We're keeping a really close eye on Aaron here because he's 2/10 purple through sector 2. He's just got to get the final two corners right. Here he comes. Oh, he's wide.
And he hasn't.
Oh, he's dropped it on the final corner. Oh, 2 second penalty to go with it. That would have been the lap as well. Can Panda do anything about it? He's coming over the line now. It's not going to be quick enough.
So we've got Nobby and Royston. Can Nobby improve? No. Who's got a penalty? Can Royston improve?
No, he's got a penalty. It would have been
it
would have been a 6/10 improvement as well.
Oh, so that is the grid as I said it was. It has not changed.
So we did say at the end of the last race, the second race would be another chance for our newcomer, Wolfie, and he's going to be P1 to start.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. I think his defensive manoeuvres under braking into turn 1 were a bit rough. I think if he can just neaten up some of the mistakes that he made in the first race with the penalties and I think the defensive side of it, I think he should be alright. Owen, you couldn't get a lap together, but Jesus. Aaron, we saw we were on board with the final lap and the final corner.
We watched you bottle it, don't worry.
But controlling the vet reasonably well than what the vet is. So that will be a very, very interesting grid. So, do you want to run through it?
Absolutely. What is going to happen in this race? I want some rain.
Oh, I would love a bit of rain.
Zomlar in the chat. Good evening. Happy belated birthday.
Happy belated birthday. So, it will be the two Super Boys on the back row, won't it? Then it'll be the two Fanta, that is Nobby and Jordan. Two Fanta Boys of Royston and Homer, followed by the two Sneak Lexuses of Odon and Lennon. Then it will be the Froob R8 Boys of Switchback and Jonesy. The Yazoo Yanks of Panda and Oblivion, who are both British. And the Vet Boys of Aaron and Simon make the second row, and the first row is GT Wolfie with his pole position on his debut, and Dark Knight, there you go, in the AMG.
I think a lot of it's going to be about the first lap, and also if any rain turns up.
Yes, I just say just send it into everyone into turn 1 and hope for the fucking carnage.
I say whoever's setting the lobby settings, just stick some rain in there.
Stick 3 sectors of rain. 3 sets of rain, I reckon.
Yeah,
That's the best idea.
3 sets of heavy rain.
3 sets of heavy rain, but slick tyres made only available.
Impartiality be damned. We want to see action.
Yes. Fuck your respectable and responsibility. Oh, I've jumped on board with Owen and he's just flung it out of the second corner into the barrier. It's exactly how Owen races. Ooh, can I get your early predictions here?
It's now. We saw they had the pace. It's now difficult to look past the Mercedes boys, and I would probably go due to. I mean, not much more experience in the league, and racing against the rest of GT2, but he's got a bit more. So I'd go with Lewis with Dark Knight for the win.
I mean, they aren't the quick. They didn't look the quickest around here. I'm going to back the vet boys, but I wouldn't be surprised if you find Lennon up there.
That's true. He's got a long way to go, but the amount he pulled out,
clean, he was relatively penalty clean as well, which is a big statement.
He just didn't really have much of a challenge beyond the first lap or two in the last race, so it would have been a lot. It would have been a lot easier for him.
We've been calling him Lewis, but apparently his name is Luke.
Is it?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know who he is.
I thought it was Lewis. Luke. Let's call him Liam. Liam Clark. I'm just going to call him Dark. The Dark One. That's very bad, actually. I can't say that.
We'll stick with Dark Knight. Let's stick with that.
Larry Clark. That's a great name. Cheers for that, Sam. I appreciate that one. Jerry. No.
Lee's gone off the deep end.
Joke. Yes, he's missed the joke here, haven't you, Lee?
Alright. So, kicking us off for the second and final race of this evening, GT Wolfie on pole, followed by Larry in P2, Aaron in P3, Blue Flag P4. Rolling start once again. Looks to be a bit sunnier, much to everyone's absolute dismay. Nonetheless, we're away.
Well, no one will be sending it into turn 1, I don't believe.
You say that. Here comes Odon, round the outside of turn 1, and he's going to lose place to his teammate.
Tactical, some would say. Royston has somehow picked up a penalty on the first and only corner so far driven on this race. Nobby has allowed Jordan to slip past him.
You think there was a bit of team orders there with the Lexus boys?
Yes.
Oh.
No.
One of them's Lennon's gone very, very wide out of turn 2.
He has. I'm having to watch it on the chase cam rather than the spectacular one. Aaron is going down the outside of Larry. Oh, he's in the gravel. He's in the dirt.
Uh-oh. Can he get it back on the track? Just about, but he's going to lose a bunch of places. Tyres are going to be dirty. Switchback is looking to sweep around the outside.
Yeah, he's got it done.
Yeah. With Aaron all the way down to P7.
We love a comeback story though, don't we, guys?
Absolutely. Oh, that Corvette's all over the place. Jonesy now having a look. Jonesy will really want to get involved. He would have had a very boring race.
Leonard's sending it down the inside of Jonesy though.
Aaron's very wide again. That's definitely going to be a penalty. Where's he going? Oh, there he is. No, he's kept it on the track, but he has got that half-second penalty. Jones is going to have a look down into turn 1. Lennon is there, and Homer as well.
Jordan has sent it past Royston. He's now all over the back of Odon.
Oh, they're 2x2 coming into turn 1. Oh, it's very, very tight. I think they've all just about managed to get through. Switchback is looking to challenge Oblivion for P5, but he has got a half-second penalty. So he wants to be ahead by the time he serves that at least.
His favourite comeback story is Kim Kardashian.
Okay.
Jonesy, Aaron's picked up a penalty. Oh dear, with the grid so close, this could be a disaster for Aaron here.
Yeah. In the meantime, it's Wolfie who leads by nearly a second from his teammate.
Yeah.
The blue flag is right there.
Well. Yes.
This will be Oblivion up into P5. Lee, you're killing me. Stop it. Well, I've earlier, Paul said in the chat, I liked how the AI at the start had blue flag defending the inside.
Yes, yes, I did see that.
Oh, Switchback might have pulled enough time here on... Oh no, I'll tell a lie. Oblivion's gone steaming past him into the penultimate corner. So that's P5 for Oblivion. He was involved in a lot of battles with Oblivion. Obviously he had to wait up in the first race, so it'd be interesting to see if he can just keep up. These two could probably do it working together to stay with the front four, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Odon has got a half-second penalty. Homer got past Jordan. Jordan got past Homer into the last corner.
Ooh, switch back by Lennon on Aaron.
Jordan's being very nice there, giving Royston a lot of room, and now has dropped to the back of the grid.
Here comes Jonesy, P8. Is Aaron going to be able to hold the inside? He's going to try. Yeah, he's made it work. Jonesy looking for the cutback, but there's no room, and he's bumped over the curb to the outside over the grass. That might be a penalty for Jonesy as well. Yep, there it is. So all of these three have got a half-second penalty, so that's going to be interesting. That's probably...
Homer, Royston and Jordan are there.
Homer's got real pace, but he just seems to be struggling getting consistent laps, and he just keeps getting tied up in battles, I think.
Has Aaron done a lap without getting a penalty for tonight at any point? He did get the fastest lap last race, so I suppose so, yes.
He might have done that with a penalty, you never know.
But hey, this is true.
Blue flag is into P2. While we were looking at everybody getting penalties, he's got a point to prove here.
Yeah, Lewis Clark is in a world of hell now. No one wants to be behind Simon. Don't know if you managed to catch the first GT3 race of the season where me and Simon were within 5/10 of each other, the whole race.
I still can't.
Neither of us.
Still can't fathom why we thought he was called Lewis Clark.
I don't know.
I was thinking of Lewis and Clark, aka off of Pocahontas.
Yes. No, I don't know. I have no idea what that is.
It's a very tenuous. It's a very tenuous link.
I did just say yes and agree with you, but I have no idea what you're on about. Think of famous Clarks. Clark Kent. Kieran Clark.
Is it because of the Hamilton news? No, nobody cares about that.
No one. I'm very glad you've said that. Jordan's all over the place here. Switchback has dropped to 13th, though I don't know what happened to him.
Oh, that's a shame. Yeah.
Anyway.
Missed that. No idea. Anyway. He is quickly catching up to this massive gaggle of cars in the mid-pack, though, which is currently led by Owen.
Odon.
Jonesy is really taking a... I'm starting to question everyone. I'm going to go back to just calling them by their names on the screen, because I'm starting to question everyone now. I'm thinking, Owen, is that right?
Yes.
Oh, Jonesy with a robust move into the final corner, but he's made it work. He's entitled to take the inside line, and he's up to P8.
Aaron has picked up another penalty.
My chalk is running pretty low for tallying up on the little chalkboard I've got.
I can just imagine Aaron there sitting in the cockpit, so just screaming to himself, "This one's for Barry White," and just going for it.
Oh, I dread to think what's going to happen in this corner. Homer, Odon, Royston, switchback. Oh, they're all at it. It's carnage into turn 2. Oh, Jordan's having a real bad race of it here. He just cannot get clear of this pack. Such a good performance in race. Yeah,
isn't it?
He's had such a good performance in race 1, and he just cannot get out of the constant fighting that's going on here. as a result, this sort of pack of cars is... Well, Jonesy's managed to break clear. He's 2 seconds clear of switchback, and then it's another 3 seconds up to Aaron, who's just about to serve his regular penalty. Lennon ahead of him has a 1 second penalty.
Yes, I didn't see that.
It's going to slow him right
Scott
down.
Says hi all.
Hello,
Hi,
Dan. Well, Dark Knight has slipped back to P4 now. But up front, it's Wolfie getting gradually quicker and quicker. Just set the fastest lap of the race. Does seem to be a bit slower the track in this race than the previous one. That is the fastest lap. It's a 1:29.9. Pretty sure we saw a 1:29.1 in the previous race.
We did, yes.
So while there's still a chance.
Okay. Ready for this? This will be very important for our race. While he completed only one opera, Beethoven wrote musicals throughout his life, including 2 mass settings, other works for chorus and orchestra, in addition to the 9th Symphony, arias, duets, art songs, and the true song cycles.
Sorry, I thought that was going somewhere for a second.
No, sorry.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Oh, it's getting a bit cloudy.
It is, isn't it?
Am I just being hopeful, or is it genuinely?
No, it is genuinely getting a bit 2000s music video, Cheryl Cole splash in the rain sort of wet.
Oh, I just got to Aaron in time to see him serve his penalty there, so that's good.
Jordan Owen's got a penalty. Managed to be passed by Royston. Nobby Norris is all over the back of him now.
Homer was very wide out of the penultimate corner, and Jordan's now to P10. This mid-pack seemed to have finally sorted themselves out a bit. It is Nobby Norris and Odon at the back at the minute. Is Nobby going to think about a move? Not yet. Yeah, there's just a few more gaps appearing between cars now. People are going to try and settle down and hopefully get a few good laps in.
Yeah, I think once the space is there, people can get into their own rhythm. I think people struggle to get into the rhythm when they're tight fighting behind cars. Latest
winner or loser in the penalty stakes is Blue Flag with a half-second penalty. It's going to drop in behind Panda at least. So that'll be Panda up into P2. The gap's still 1.5 seconds to Wolfie up front, so it's not shrinking, but he's not running away with it either. That's going to grow slightly now though, as Blue Flag serves penalty. Panda into P2. But Dark Knight is too far back to think about a move just now. It is getting very, very dark indeed. We've still got a long way to go in this race. Are we going to see some rain? That would throw everything up in the air. Keep your fingers crossed. Let's go on board with Dark Knight for a bit just to see how it's looking.
Jordan's having a nightmare of it at the moment. Homer's right up his bum holy.
Oh, he's got a 1 second penalty as well.
Yeah, he does. I think his bum holy was clenched. Homer wanted through. FIA slapped him with the penalty.
Let's go to Ollie Williams. Oh.
Nobby's gaining on Owen. He's gone around the outside into turn 2. Nobby broke really, really well then.
Lee in the chat saying, let's go to Ollie Williams for the weather, Ollie. It got rain. Family Guy's 25 years old this year. Jesus. Oh, it's raining. The rain is here. The wipers are on. I've never been more excited.
Now, 8 laps in. What do they do?
Oh.
Now this could throw everything.
Now,
all of the practice out of the window.
Oh, there's people in the pits. Dark Knight is in the pits. Blue Flag is in the pits. There's a front 2. Wolfie and Panda have carried on, and the rain is coming down hard. That could be a big mistake for those two. We're going to stay on board with Wolfie in P1. Everybody else is coming in. The rain is coming down. This could be disastrous for the guys that are carried on. Wolfie has carried on. Panda has carried on. Oblivion has carried on. Aaron has carried on. He's already off the track. Is it just a shower, says Paul, or is it here to stay? That's the thing. Even if it is just a shower, though, can you control it on those medium tyres? Dark Knight and Blue Flag coming back out on the inters.
Nobby Norris has gone off into turn 1.
Oh, Panda's just about managing to hold it. Wolfie is round. He's spun
Nobby's
it.
round.
Oblivion's off the track. There's yellow flags all over the place. Aaron's off the track.
Spun it out of the pits.
Zach spun out of the pits. What, on the inters?
Jordan and Royston have gone onto the wets.
Has Zach forgotten to change tyres? He's still on the mediums.
Oh, Zach.
Well, Panda is the only one. Oh, there's people going around in circles. Oblivion is just rotating on the straight. Dark Knight, who's pitted, has already gone past him, but he's got a 6-second penalty. I think he must. I think one of them might be really, really harsh, because I think he must have got a 3-second penalty for cutting the pit lane. I think he also got a penalty there for. Would he get a penalty for overtaking on the yellows? I'm not sure.
Yes, that would be the penalty.
Yeah.
There is no penalties on for cutting pit lanes.
Yeah, well, it must be for overtaking on the yellows, because everybody's getting them, which is really harsh.
Pat Racing has spun round as well. He's also stayed out on the mediums.
Panda's the only one. I mean, there's going to be. Oh, Panda! Oh man! Oh no! He's off the track. He was nearly there. He did such a good job of managing it, the Panda, just to that point. If he kept it on the track there, he might have still got away with it. But he's now down into P6. And it's been an absolute disaster for the guys who decided to stay out for one more lap. And now it's Blue Flag who leads.
Do they stay out or do they come in? They've got to come in.
You've got to come in. You've got to come in. No doubt about it. I mean, Switchback's going to have to come in again.
Now, I know
Panda's already P9.
Yeah, I mean, I do know that Homer is a very good wet racer.
Yes, absolutely. So keep an eye out for him. But Lee has uttered the fateful words in the chat. Here comes Lennon. 2.3 seconds off the lead, and Blue Flag and Dark Knight are battling. A little bit of contact coming out of the corner. And Lennon is gaining very, very quickly. The gap now just 2.3 seconds to the lead. 2.2, 2.1. Jonesy finds himself in P4. He'd be very, very happy with that after his race 1 performance. Aaron in the chat saying, guess who doesn't own Inters? So, Aaron, presumably Nobby Norris, and Oblivion, and presumably Switchback, don't own the intermediate tyres. It's now. I'm just thinking about Zach, who was first into the pits, realising, oh no!
Oh no, I got made an idiot!
Oh, I got me in.
Oh, I got no rats! Bloody hell!
Oh, well.
For the Norris and Aaron are simultaneously in the crowd together.
Oh, they're having a lovely time. To be fair, it's drying out. It is now drying out. So I mean, it's an absolute disaster for those who haven't put the inters on or haven't been able to put the inters back on. No, it's raining again. It just looked like it was. Oh, what a big twitch for Dark Knight! Massive slide out of T2, and Lennon has taken second off him, and is now just a second behind Blue Flag, who's got himself a penalty. So this could be Lennon into P1.
And Arsenal's got better traction on the exit and those wet tyres to Owen's intermediates. He's gone past him. Interestingly, Homer's pulled out 2 seconds in 2 laps to Arsenal.
Yeah, the lap times are all over the place. Switchback is sideways. He's just pulled up on the grass. He's just reversing into the exit.
Interestingly, Homer's got, I believe, that is stability controller.
Aaron's back in the. Oh, really? That's interesting. That is interesting, actually. Aaron's back in the pits. I'm not sure. I think maybe he's just giving up. I don't know. He's actually waiting for him to come into the pits. Here he is finally. I don't know what he's going to do. I think he's just called it a day because it is getting wetter again. There's no way you can drive in this. Somebody's rotating on the start finish straight. It's Nobby Norris. He's going to get in the way of Lennon. Oh, he goes to just in time. Well, after all that, I mean, Dark Knight had a big moment even on the inters. Nobby Norris just can't get it going. Blue flags all over the place.
Zach is in the pits to see, just check one more time if he surely doesn't.
He's just going to have
intermediate tires.
He's just going to have another check.
Oh, this is brilliant.
I knew it'd be good if the rain came. Lessons learned for a number of our long-standing racers here. Albeit ones that some of them didn't have much time to prepare. Blue flag is 3 seconds in the lead from Jonesy, who's now taken P2 off Lennon, but does unfortunately have a half-second penalty. So yeah, let's look at the lap times. I don't think the wets are doing enough.
For Oblivion.
2 minute 11.
Interestingly, Wolfie is staying on the medium.
Poor thing, Zach was actually in the Discord saying that it can rain before the race. I'm gonna have to dig out that message.
Oh, this is fucking brilliant.
Yep, indeed he was. I don't know, I'm interested to see if the wet tyres are giving Jordan any advantage. I don't think they are. I don't think it's raining quite enough, but it's not far off in some parts of the track. It really isn't, and if more rain does come, then he might be at an advantage, but he's a long way back. He's 17 seconds off the lead, so...
I do, however, think, though, that this... I can't help but think this is going to dry again.
Yeah, it looks like it, doesn't it? But, I mean, anyone who's stayed out on the mediums is just too far back. Oh, interestingly, well, Wolfie made a decision. I think he saw it drying out, and he must have come in on the last lap and pitted for slicks, and he's back out. There is a dry line on the track, but I've just seen him spinning around, so I think he's just gone a bit too early, and I've got a lot of first-hand experience of this, trying to stick to the dry line or slick tyres, and it doesn't go well. Anytime you hit the curb, anytime you go off that line, you just go around, and he's now 1 minute and 20 off the lead. So even with everybody else pitting, that has not worked out for him.
Have we found Lennon's weakness, and that he's shit in the wet?
Well, he's certainly not lapping anywhere near as quick as Blue Flag. He's a second and a half off the pace on that last lap.
Yeah, Jonesy
and Jonesy is all over him.
Homer has actually got past Dark Knight and has dispatched of Jordan. He's so good in the wet.
Oh yeah, that's ridiculous. I want to see what his lap time is actually, because he's had a clear run this time. Yeah, this is going to be a 1:37.2 for Homer. Everybody else
6.6 for Lennon. St. Jordan is coming into the pits now. What is he going to go on?
He's got to go for slicks, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's got to risk it, hasn't he? You'd think.
I don't know if he can hear us, but don't bin it out of the pits. It's gonna be wet.
Oh my giddy aunt. Sorry.
Let's keep an eye on him.
Homer is Scottish, so he's used to driving in torrential rain. That is fair point.
Let's see, here he comes on the mediums, out of the pits. He's in P9.
Do not bin it.
Very carefully on the power. Very carefully. Ooh, the traction control working overtime. He's managed to hold it. Yeah, that's on the limit now. It's drying out. So we'll see if that works out for him.
Those on the wets are definitely going to have to pit. Those tyres will burn up.
Yep. You might be able to get one more lap out of it, but don't know whether it's worth it.
So if I was on the intermediates, I'd potentially look at staying out.
Yeah, I don't. They can't stay out till the end, so they have to pit at some point. It's just whether you can get one more lap at decent pace out of them. Well, Blue Flag's gone round again. Leonard's gone round again. Jonesy's gone round again.
I think these Inters may be able to last, you know.
Yeah, quite possibly. Still another 6 laps though if it dries out completely.
Let's have a look at Jordan, 16 seconds behind Panda, who is on the intermediate.
Plus if it does dry out completely, I mean, Homer's just, they're now setting 1:35s on the Inters. Whereas we know a quick lap on the mediums is a 1:30, maybe even a 1:29. So it's maybe less about whether the tyres will die and more about just the lap times.
I think Jordan's pity for the mediums a bit too early.
Yeah.
Very sensitive on the power.
He's struggling, isn't he? He's a long way back now.
He had enough time to risk it though.
Oh, God love Nobby Norris. He's still getting around on the medium tyres. He's 3 minutes off the lead, but he's still going. God bless you, Nobby.
Well in, Nobby. Well fucking fought.
Blue Flag no longer pulling away from Lennon. Jonesy, actually, sorry. 3 seconds. Something's happened there. Jonesy's gone 2 seconds clear of Lennon.
Yes, and Homer is now 3 seconds behind Lennon, and he's 3 seconds ahead of Dark Knight's mate, so Larry Clark.
Larry Clark.
Owen is in the middle of no man's land, P6 for him. The perks of buying wet tyres.
Take that, yeah.
Grey band. What's your favourite Take That song?
Yeah. Favourite Take That song? That's one for the chat. Get your answers in.
I'm going to go with Rule the World. Or the Flood.
Oh, you're going a little bit more modern. Well, not modern anymore, but...
Yeah. More mainstream, should we say. Well, this has been a very interesting GT2 race.
Absolutely.
Zach, the GT2 admin. Make sure you buy wet tyres. It can rain here. Proceeds to not buy wet tyres.
Yeah, and we still don't know how this one's going to end. Blue Flag is now pulling out a bit more of a gap, but yeah, this is still not a given, especially with Homer on the way.
Yeah, Homer who has gained half.
Yeah, something happened to Lennon on the last lap. He had an absolute shocker. 1:38.5. Must have had an incident somewhere.
Ooh, just got on board with Jordan there. He just avoided a slip and slide.
The rain has definitely stopped for good now. Back for good. That's my favourite Say That song.
Oh, I want you back for good. Fraser. Now,
Blue Flag's coming round to lap Wolfie.
he is.
It'll be a bitter pill to swallow after starting on pole. Ooh, he got on the curb under the braking zone there. It's okay, thanks to the tyres. Wolfie, yeah, it's a good move getting out of the way. That's good driving.
And Jonesy 3.2 behind Blue Flag now. Dipping his tyres into the wet to get some cold temperatures onto those tyres, those intermediates. The rears really will be the ones to wear more so than anything. But the 3 laps left, should be alright to finish. Lennon in 3rd, Homer is in 4th, not really catching Lennon.
just to make this story a little better, the reason that Zach, the lobby admin, was talking about whether it could rain or not is because Nobby Norris asked him about it.
So
and Nobby didn't buy the tyres either.
Oh, we love you, Nobby. We're so glad you're back, mate.
Yeah.
We're so glad you're back. Oblivion, though, you wouldn't have expected him not to buy the tyres.
Yeah.
Wolfpack, you can understand. Jordan's just been shit. Yeah. That mid-engine Downy will be quick when he buys the Inters. He says. Wow. This has been a very interesting race.
Very good fun. Looking at the relative lap times now, though, it looks like it's going to come down to if anyone makes a mistake. They're all lapping fairly similar times up front.
He said on my screen that Simon just set a 29.4. Now I know that is desperately
That is
wrong.
not true. Yeah, Jonesy in P2 is 3.5 seconds back. Lennon a further 4.5 seconds. Lennon is struggling more than anyone else, and Homer is the one that's catching him up. He's taken
He's not
another.
the person you want behind you if you are struggling in the wet conditions.
He's taken nearly 2 seconds out of him on that lap, so this is the battle to watch for P3.
Can I just point out that Owen in 5 laps has only lost 1 second to the Dark Knights mates and has gained a second on Royston. That is very
once again,
good going.
doing a good job. Absolutely nothing to be disappointed about for tonight's performances of him. It looks like it may be a P6 and a P. I think was it P9 in the end or P10? I think it was P9.
P10, I believe.
Yeah. So yeah, absolutely.
Oh, Jordan's on the Astro, and he's tandem styling it into the. He's just a big fan of Max Verstappen. He's on the Austrian flag.
I mean, fortunately for him, he's got a. Oh, he's gone round again. This man. I was about to say, fortunately, he's got a 44-second gap back to the driver behind him, but that's going to start coming down if he keeps doing pirouettes.
Yes, not what you really want, is it?
He's done a nice Tony Hawk 720 there and carried on.
Well, this has possibly been the funniest.
Whoa, Jonesy!
Whoa!
He had a massive slide, and in fact, Wolfie might be coming around to unlap himself now.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's been the most funny and exciting races we've seen in FTRL for a very long time, actually.
The rain always brings it. I mean, if anyone wants to cast their mind back not too far to the finale at Spa, a couple of seasons back, oh my, that was incredible. It looks now like Blue Flag has got this one sewn up. 5.5 seconds clear with Jonesy. Jonesy 2.5 seconds back to Lennon. Lennon to Homer. He's still 1.5 seconds. So it looks like Lennon's finally got control of that Lexus. Or it might just be drying out enough, to be honest.
Jordan spinning twice, only lost him 25 seconds to Wolfpack.
As long as he doesn't do it again, you'll be alright.
Now, Royston is a second behind Panda. Now, I think Panda has just overtaken Royston.
Yeah, Royston in the wet tyres, that won't be good for him now. Indeed, Panda's lapping 3 seconds a lap quicker, so that'll be that move done and dusted.
Well, Homer is now coming up to the back of Lennon. 1.7 the gap.
He's not closed that gap in the last lap and a half, so
no, he hasn't.
The rain's just run out at the wrong time for him.
Yeah, Lennon's at 35.5, Homer at 35 flat and a 34.8 the lap before. Currently the second fastest driver on the wets. Simon setting a 34.7 on his last lap. Well, that rain really threw them off, didn't it?
Absolutely. That's that one decision that's cost a couple of these drivers. Although, to be honest, it looks like a lot of them didn't have the choice.
No, but more surprisingly, that's a win for the Corvette. And that is a surprise in itself.
Aaron says, as far as debuts go, I think I did really well. Absolutely. Welcome to GT2.
Well, Aaron, you know what? You're not alone, at least. You've got a small Scottish man that you've still finished ahead of. Just behind you.
I mean, to be fair, Zach, if you go out the pits now, you might be able to jump him and get P13. Might make all the difference.
No, I think a lot of them can have a race really well tonight, actually. I think Odon being one of them.
Absolutely.
Nobby as well, for not giving up as well, and holding his own in the first race especially.
Yep. Well, it's going to be really interesting to see what this does for the overall team's points for tonight. Because there's a number of teams with a driver in the pits and finishing towards the back. But for now...
it's okay because he has big legs.
For now, here comes Blue Flag. He's driven really well, handled the rain really well, got the strategy right. He comes home to take P1. Jonesy will be really happy with P2. And then Lennon just about holds on from home with that.
Dark Knights, mate, will take 5th.
Yeah, and
You won't be too disappointed with that.
here comes Odon, P6.
No, he'll be very, very, very happy with that.
Stayed
Well
out of
done,
trouble.
Owen.
Got a good result. That's really good. I think that pretty much puts Lexus in
Consensus
as the victors. Yeah, the victors over tonight.
Panda's taking 7th. Royston will take 8th. Not too far behind Panda in the end, but obviously got overtaken. And we are waiting for my ex-teammate, my best friend.
It's all gone a bit wrong.
23 years. 22 years.
Whoop.
Owen has messaged me saying, I'll take that. Love take that. We love take that today. Aaron, Zach's legs are huge, mate. Aaron, Zach, don't listen to him. You've got massive legs, Zach. They're huge. Could lift a Volvo, though. And Aaron has realised that he has to come out. Zach, can you leave the pits, please?
No, he's not leaving the pits. We're going to have to wait.
Brilliant. Cheers, Zach. Wanker. Owen, it rained.
Okay, alright, Michael Fish.
The Weatherman. Isn't there a song about the Weatherman?
Yes, by...
God,
who's sung about the Weatherman? There's a couple, isn't there? There's actually a couple of songs, but the one you're thinking of, I know the one you're thinking of. Cause? I want to say The Cause.
Was it Hank Williams?
Oh no, you're testing me. Bewitched, Blame It on the Weatherman, that's what I'm thinking of.
Yes.
That leads straight in the chat with Bewitched.
All the weather girls, it's raining men. Oh dear. Sean, I must say it's been a pleasure commentating with you as we're waiting for these two to dribble across the line.
It's always great fun.
It has been a pleasure. And guys, make sure you do like the stream and share it with your weird uncle, your neighbour, your mum, your dad, your cat, your Auntie Susan, who's on the offenders list. Just share it with everyone, get everyone involved, and there we go. One more wouldn't hurt, I think it would, Lennon. And there he is.
Good win for Blue Flag.
The man in the vet. Use Joker69 at code Dick out. Check out at simdemon.com. Wow.
Well. So just have a quick look at the results. Overall, Corvettes P1, but also P13. Audi P2, but also P14. So absolutely, I think the winners are Team Lexus, Lennon coming home P3, Odon P6. That'll do it for them. And I think the Attends are always picking up after their probably disappointing first race. P4 and P8 for them. But yeah, really good racing all round. I think some people have had a baptism of fire to GT2.
Yeah, to say the least.
Such competitive league this season. Owen in the chat saying, thank God for Rain was having a mate until the heavens opened. Oh, so back at the zoo.
We're back at the zoo.
We've come full circle.
Well, we always come full circle.
On that note.
Or join us tomorrow.
Yes, please do join us tomorrow for GT1. It's going to be a nightmare around Kyoto.
Me and Sean unfortunately won't be commentating as we will be driving. I'll be at the back.
Yeah, I'll see you there. I'll see you there.
I might have to live stream it, guys, so you can see everyone else racing in front of me. Join us. It will be very, very entertaining. I swear it will be the man who forgets to buy intermediates on the commentary in the box again. By the box, I mean his mother's legs. I mean his room. Please roast him in the chat, please, guys, when he goes into commentating. Make sure that he reminds people to buy intermediates. But yes, thank you for having me, Sean.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure.
Absolutely, anytime. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Please do, as you said, like the stream before you go. And join us tomorrow. And GT Wolfie is off to go tyre shopping. Perfect. Quick Fit's going to be having a field day.
There's money to be made.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. Catch you all next time, everyone. Have a good evening.